Good evening, my fellow bootleggers. How's everyone doing this evening? It is very windy. I'm looking at my lights outside and they're swaying in the wind. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm really shocked we have not lost power yet. My husband's kind of hoping we lose power because we got a whole new solar system with batteries and everything. And he's can't wait to see how when we lose power, how the batteries just, back up the whole house. So I'm hanging out this evening. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had it here. We had about 11 people. It was very, very nice. My son came, my one son, and he slept, I think, 30 hours. He works midnight, so he was like, he doesn't always sleep good. So I think his, body was just like, okay, I'm gonna eat, and I'm hanging out with my parents, and I could just curl up with my dogs, and I could just go to sleep. So I'm gonna talk about a lot of stuff today. So if you wanna grab a cup of tea like I did, put me on pause. I have my Got Wool mug. Grab a cup of tea, and then come back in a few minutes, okay? So what I'm gonna show you first, all right, what am I working on right now? I am just doing a simple acrylic hat, all right? I am not a yarn snob. When I make stuff for my grandchildren, they're going to, throw it on the ground, like especially a hat. I could just imagine my grandson playing, getting too hot, throwing it on the ground, maybe even forgetting it at the playground, and my daughter having to go back and get it, or leaving it on the floor and having the dog walk on it, or whatever. So he wants just a simple, like a Watchman style hat. So it's being made out of royal blue. It's from my stash, Red Heart Super Saver. Don't even know where I got it. Sometimes people just give me stuff, and I'll make stuff for charity with a lot of it since it was given to me. But some of the stuff I will, use for, stuff for kids because, again, they're kids. Even though I'm trying to get away from acrylic because, I'm not a fan. It's plastic, basically. You're basically putting plastic on your head. But like I said, for the grandkids, while they're this young, that's what they're getting. That's just the way it is. And if anyone has a problem with that, well, that's on you, not on me. Sorry. We all got to do what we got to do, right? Although I really, really do love wool best. So here I'm just doing a simple Watchman style cap. I actually do not like circular needles, but when you're making something this big, it's easier than the double pointed needles. Shh. My boy's whining because one of the dogs has a peanut butter container, and he's licking the peanut butter out of the peanut butter container, and he does not. Even though they were all given peanut butter, so there's no reason for him to be upset because they all got peanut butter. But he whines a lot. He's a rescue. He whines a lot. So that is what I'm working on right now. So I have this nice hat. So while I'm working on this, I'll tell you a little bit about my crazy weekend. It was actually phenomenal. So we had Thanksgiving on Thursday. I really don't even know what I did that Friday. I know I hung out with family. I really can't remember. And then Saturday, my son was still here. I had to pack up the car because I was heading to New Jersey. So my daughter asked if I could babysit the kids Saturday night. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I drive out to New Jersey, get where I have to be. But first I'm gonna hit this store. I hit the at-home store. What a cool store. Absolutely loved it. So I hit the at-home store first, bought a couple presents there. I got my grandkids a Santa that is as big as my soon-to-be 10-year-old grandson. It's absolutely awesome. It's just a big stuffed Santa. And I'm like, oh man, when I was a kid, I would have loved this Santa. So it was like $45. It wasn't expensive. So they got a big, huge stuffed Santa. And they absolutely loved it. And so I slept over, or should I say I didn't sleep. They got a new couch. I have slept on the old couch numerous times, no problem. The new couch, I just did not find as comfortable as the old couch. It was a little harder. I don't know. So next time I go there, I think I'm going to make my grandson sleep on the air mattress and I'm sleeping in his bed. But anyway, I needed a blanket. All their blankets are a little short. They're more like, throw blankets for the couch. So I bought a big, huge, super fluffy Christmas queen size blanket while I was at the at-home store as well. Sorry, my husband just sneezed and my mom yelled, God bless you. So she's over in this room over here. And I don't edit, so you're just going to have to realize this is real life. This is how it is, right? So then Sunday, actually the kids were phenomenal on Saturday. I did some crafts with them. My daughter made an amazing steak and sweet potato dinner. And what did the kids eat? The kids, I think they had pizza, whatever. I am allergic to tomatoes, so I can't have regular pizza. So they had their pizza, and I had my steak, and actually I preferred my steak. It was delicious. So then Sunday, there was a craft fair at the kids' school, and I partook in the craft fair. I did very well, and I'm so, so blessed and so thankful for everyone who did that, who helped take part. It was so fun. It was inside. It was so nice seeing the kids running around, having a great time. So then I packed up my stuff Sunday at 4, and then I drove down to my son's house. So it's about an hour from my daughter's house. Got down there, saw him for literally, my dog is whining. Shh, it's okay. Come here. Come here. Come here. No? Okay. I saw him for about a half an hour before he had to go to work. So I didn't get to see him much. And then Monday and Tuesday, once in a while, I guest teach at a local high school down in New Jersey, and I do a textile class. So I show them, how I talk about how the sheep is shorn, how it's cleaned, how we brush it, how we spin it. And then the kids had to, some of them had woven, like little squares to do mug rugs. And then some of them, that was level 2. The level 1s hadn't done that yet. So we used muslin, and then we dyed with a stencil on the muslin. And what we were going for, they just had little squares, but I had recently made this. So this is a table runner. I gotta iron it again. After you dye, the dye was a little hard, so I had to wash it. So what you do is you do your weaving. Isn't it a pretty table runner? With all the leaves. So this is wool, even though it kind of looks burlappy, it is wool. It is dyed with natural dyes. The weft is this orangey color, and it's actually matte. That was dyed with madder. And the warp, which is the brown, was dyed with walnuts. This is 100% wool. Then I made a dye with food dye. And then you add a little bit of gorgum, maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon. Add a little bit until it gets a little thick. You put your stencil down. You sponge it to get your whatever you're doing. With the kids, I had Christmas stencils. I had these. Some kids did leaves, and I had a bunch of ocean stencils. So they had a blast. They did multiple colors. It was so much fun. And then after you let it dry, the way you set it is you have your ironing board. You put a towel down. Then you put, like, say I'm going to set this leaf here. I'll put this on the towel, and then you put another super, super wet washcloth on top of it. And then you iron it with a really hot iron, and the steam will set the dye into the fabric. So you see this one, I think, is orangey and red, and we used a couple colors on that. And then, so they did a whole bunch of really cool, ocean scenes and Christmas scenes on their little woven mug rugs and their muslin. So I had 2 days in New Jersey. The kids, they're high schoolers. Most kids are absolutely phenomenal. I had so much fun. There's always a nudge or two, but I like the nudges. They make life interesting and they make life fun, as long as they're not being disrespectful, right? So that was Monday and Tuesday. I did my teaching in New Jersey. I got back late Tuesday night. Late. I was so tired. I'm driving. It's one of those times you're driving and you're probably from all the forced hot air heat, and the school was closed. My eyes were so tired. I got home and it was just like so good to be home. I think I slept 10 hours Tuesday night. I was so tired. So then yesterday was Wednesday. Insane, right? Just so much going on. Absolutely crazy. Oh, this yarn. I should have told you this yarn. This yarn is from Kramer Yarns in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. I should have told you that before. I'm sorry, I forgot that. So then I started yesterday. Excuse me as I take a sip of my tea. Oh, delicious. I have a whole bunch of Christmas presents to make for my grandchildren. So this hat, like I already said, is for my grandson. This is one of his Christmas presents. My granddaughter also wants a hat. She wants one of those hats that, what do they call it, the bandeau style? It like crosses here. And she picked out like this yarn that I dyed with. I do some acid dyeing. So I did the yarn with acid dyes, and it's like this really hot pink. And it's thicker. It's a chunky yarn. So she wants that style hat. And it's gonna be hard because this yarn is fat, and her head is so tiny. She's little, so it could be really interesting how that hat comes out. I wish she had picked out a thinner yarn. I might actually, talk to her. I'll see how it comes out first, and if I feel it looks ridiculous, then I will. Try to talk her into. I have another pink yarn that's really bright as well. That was in my stash, and it's worsted, so that might be much better. But she doesn't know this. I made her, look how cute these are. These are unicorn mittens. So the mitten pattern itself is from Tin Can Knits, not for the unicorn part. I love the Tin Can Knits world's simplest mitten pattern because you can make it for any size yarn, for toddler, child, I think it goes toddler, child, adult small, medium, large. And the adult large is pretty large. Like I have really large hands, and the adult large is almost a little bit too big for me. The adult medium is like a tiny bit too small. But the adult large is pretty big. But I love, so I did here's the mane. I did the little, the ears, the eyes. So I gotta fix that eyeball. I don't like that eyeball. The nose, the little unicorn horn. So here's the second one. They don't match. That's intentional because they're not supposed to match. One is for your right hand, one is for your left hand. They look a little different. Again, this yarn. So here's what the palms look like. This yarn is from my stash. How cute, right? It's just acrylic. This is like acrylic has come light years. It used to be like so hard and stiff. This acrylic is so soft. And I just took a whole bunch of different yarns to do the mane. For the ears, I knit 2 pieces, one in the lighter color, one in the pink. Of course, the pink is smaller. And then I just sewed the pink into the white and sewed it on. For the horn, I did a, if you hear Oni munching on his peanut butter container. For the horn, I did a, what's it called? An I-cord, just a 3-stitch I-cord, about that long. And then to get the look of the horn, I did it with yarn, not yarn, a thread. I took thread around it diagonally. So that's how I did that. So I started these yesterday afternoon, and I just finished them. I was so excited. But what else is going on? So I want to show you. So my sheep to shawl team, we have been practicing, and we decided that over there, each one of us is going to get to pick one of our shawls because we've been, we made a whole bunch. So this one, I don't think we hand dyed this. I think this is. I'm not, it kind of looks hand dyed. I'm not really sure. So this is one of our practice shawls. And I'm trying to think of which the sheep, it is, the weft is sheep, like from a sheep. And it was raw, and we brushed it, and caracol, that's it. The weft is caracol, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is a practice shawl, practicing for the farm show. So this is one side. This is the other side. You can see how different they look. That's more white, that's more color. I'm not sure what the warp is. I don't know if this is hand dyed. I know it's not hand spun. It's from, I think it's from Maritime Fibers in Maine or Kramer Yarns, one or the other. And then it was dyed by us. So isn't it gorgeous? It's so soft. I absolutely love it. Yeah. So it's really long. It's before it was washed, it was 78.5 inches long. So it's nice and long, but very soft, very light, but very warm. So that one, I chose that one because the weft was a fleece I had gotten and I brought for us to use. So because it was my fleece, not for my sheep, but it was my fleece. I chose this one since it was my fleece. Yeah. So we have another practice on Tuesday. Farm show is, I'm trying to think of the date. I think it's January 8th. Is that the Wednesday? Whatever that Wednesday is in January, that's when farm show is. So farm show is the big thing, the big agricultural fair in Pennsylvania. It goes for like a week. It is absolutely fantastic. So if you're in the area of Harrisburg that first week of January, definitely come to the farm show. On the Wednesday is the sheep to shawl competition at 3 o'clock. And my team, the Bad Girls, we are competing in the sheep to shawl competition. So again, we're practicing this Tuesday again. And so this Tuesday we will do another complete shawl in 2.5 hours. Yeah, that's right. 2.5 hours. This was woven in 2.5 hours. Now the warp again is done ahead of time. It's the weft that we do at practice. We get the raw fleece, we brush it, we spin it, we weave it. A lot of fun. But also my Bad Girl team, we are going to be this weekend on Saturday at the Walk-In Arts Center in Schuylkill Haven. We're going to be doing this, not a whole shawl thing, but we will have a loom there. They have their celebration, their Christmas tree celebration. They have Christmas trees all over, and you get to vote and you get to donate. It's all for charity. It's phenomenal. We're also going to be, there's a whole bunch of vendors. I don't know how many vendors they had this year. I think they were about 30, 40 vendors last year. But they gave us a space where we could sell our stuff. So I will have hand-dyed yarns, naturally dyed with, indigo and marigolds and madder. My friend Kim and I both have hand-spun yarns. Our fearless leader, Lorraine, who, oh my God, you guys, her knitting is amazing. All right, I don't like color work. I will do cables till I'm blue in the face. I don't like color work. Lorraine does the most beautiful color work. So she's gonna have a whole bunch of hats for sale that are all color work. Absolutely gorgeous. She has shawls. I think I have one pair of mittens, or maybe no, I have 2 pair of mittens for sale. One is lined, one is just wool and it's lined, and the other is, it's a wool mitten that I wove in Angora and silk into the mitten, so that way it's really, really soft and fuzzy. It's really pretty. And I don't have a lot of mittens because I sold a whole bunch last week at the craft fair at my grandchildren's school. So that's what's going on. So busy. I'm hoping I hit the gym yesterday. I kind of was slacking a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I was getting ready for the craft fair. I was lining mittens, I was finishing up knitting mittens. I was washing yarn that had been dyed. I finished up a scarf or 2. I was just so busy that last week. Just running around like a psycho. So I haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks until yesterday. So I took Mom. Mom is amazing. My mom, she goes to a personal trainer and she works out. Just amazing. So she worked out with a personal trainer and I got a pretty good workout in. I'm not super sore today, but you know, I have a couple muscles that I'm like, okay, I feel you. I feel you. Very good. I actually, as long as I can walk up the steps and not be too sore, I don't mind being sore. I actually like being sore from the gym because that means, you know, I worked out really hard. As long as, like I said, as long as I can walk up and down the steps and you know, and it's not too painful, then I kind of like being sore in that aspect. I don't like when your abs are so sore that like if you sneeze or laugh, it hurts really bad. But a little sore is really, really good. So that's fine. It means, you know, that you did a good workout and it's all good. Ah, this feels so good. You ever do that? Like just take a warm cup of tea or coffee and put it like where your sinuses run down here. It's lovely. So like I said, I'm sitting here. I got the fire going. My dog is now sleeping. My Casey's over there sleeping. He finally stopped whining. So Casey, he's a rescue. I love him so much. He's so sweet, but he's PTSD. And he whines a lot. He gets a lot of extra love because of that. But he is just such a sweet, sweet dog. And Annie, I think Annie is over there watching Oni eat the peanut butter out of the peanut butter jar. So again, it's Oni, Annie, Casey. So again, here's my little teacup again. I think that's, oh my God, guys, I just put so much into 20 minutes. Like, I know if I talked a little slower, I could probably make this last an hour. Oh, wait. I forgot. Friday night, also this weekend, is Christmas at Joanna. So Joanna Furnace is a historical location in Berks County, Pennsylvania. It's down by Morgantown. So if any of you guys live down by Morgantown, looking for something really cool, historical to do this weekend on Friday, I think it starts at 4 both days, Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I am doing Friday and Saturday. So now I'm not selling anything, I'm just demonstrating. So I will be inside, because I told him, I said, I am not demonstrating outside. No. So, so this is tomorrow night. I'm demonstrating. I told him I can get there about 5. Unfortunately, we have to have a caretaker for Mom. So she'll get here about 4, and then we'll go down. My husband and I, we're both going down. He's helping in the kitchen. I will be in historical dress, and I will have one of my antique spinning wheels, and I'll be spinning. So both Friday and then Saturday, I'll go up to Schuylkill Haven, the Walk-in Art Center at 9, from about 9 to 2:30. And then I will leave Schuylkill Haven. I think I'm picking up my girlfriend, and then we're both going down to Joanna Furnace. Now, I know there are vendors. I have not been to Joanna Furnace for Christmas at Joanna. I know they have cookies and stuff as well. But I said, I really can't tell you much about it because I have not done it before. But Joanna Furnace is one of my favorite historical sites. It's a beautiful location. The director is a really nice guy. He does a lot. He works really hard. So again, if you live down that way and you want to do Christmas at Joanna, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Check out the Facebook page for Joanna Furnace. There's more information on the Joanna Furnace Facebook page. So yeah, I had a busy weekend. I have another, I almost feel like I had no week because I had the weekend, then I taught 2 days in New Jersey, then I came home, and now today is Thursday, and I was up at the art center this morning, setting up at the art center, came home. I would knit for like an hour and a half, get up and stretch and do some exercises to keep the blood flowing. And now tomorrow is already Friday, and again, another busy day. Going to the gym, going to Joanna Furnace. Saturday, Schuylkill Haven, Joanna Furnace. Sunday, I'm going nowhere. All right, so that's it, I guess. That was a lot, right? It was a lot crammed into 24 minutes. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. Any question about anything? Hit that like button, please, and subscribe. Please, let a friend know. I post where I'm going on my Instagram page as well. So yeah, I hope you'll have a great weekend and be safe, okay? All right, bye.